This is my empty baseplate. In 7 days, I want to turn it into a viral Roblox Tycoon. Sell lemons just hit 71 million visits in a month. So I thought, what if instead of selling lemons, we sold pets? Start with the cat, upgrade to rare breeds, make more money the more exotic they get. Same idea, but pets. I've never made a tycoon before, so this will either be really good or really bad. Let's find out. I started by opening a new base plate and decided to make the tycoon system itself work before working on any of the gameplay features. I want there to be 6 plots in the map when a player joins, and it automatically assigns the plot to the player. I quickly made the map as simple as possible and made the scripts that assign the plots. Just like that, the plot system had been made. Then came the main core gameplay of Sell Lemons, which was the lemon stand. And if you can't tell, I ain't the best builder in the world. So I decided to use Roblox's AI assistant to make the pet stand, and it took some time, but it came out pretty alright for being made by AI. Then to make the pet stand work, I first made the tycoon buttons work. So when you spawn, a free pet stand button appears, and when you stand on the button, you buy it and the pet stand appears.
Right now, the pet stand was just there for looks. It didn't actually do anything yet. So I added a UI billboard above it that shows how much money you earn per second. Along with this, a moving progress bar that pays you out every time it fills up. I think it turned out pretty solid. But of course, there was a problem. In games like Sell Lemons, you have to serve customers yourself. And later on, there's a manager upgrade that auto serves them for you so you can earn money passively. So I updated the UI and added a serve customer button. Except the button wasn't working. I'd click it and literally nothing happened. Fixing that alone took a while, but I eventually got it sorted. Now, when you hit serve customer, it kicks off a processing animation, and once that finishes, you get paid. Getting this working was honestly a massive milestone because once the base system was in place, everything after that could be built way faster. Next, I built a number formatter script so your cash gets displayed as a clean, readable string instead of one giant number. After that, I got to work on the manager script. The idea is simple. Once you buy the pet stand, a manager button appears. Serve one customer manually after buying it, and from then on, the stand serves customers automatically. No more clicking required. I also added a fast delivery button which makes the stand earn money 1.5 times faster than before. And then there's the VIP pet stand button which straight up doubles your base income from the stand, which, not gonna lie, is pretty overpowered. The next thing on the list was the upgrade button.
Just like in Sell Lemons, upgrading should make your stand earn money over time. So I added a simple upgrade button to the pet stand UI. Each time you click it, your income multiplies by 1.2 times and the upgrade cost goes up too, which keeps the progression feeling rewarding. I also added some text on the progress bar showing how long each customer serving time takes. And honestly, I think it adds a really nice touch. Small details like this are what separate a mediocre game from a genuinely good one, so getting it right mattered a lot to me. At this point, every time I rejoined the game, the stand would reset and so would my money. Not ideal. So I got the data store working, meaning your cash saves properly and your stands keep running exactly where you left them when you rejoin. One of the biggest things that makes the game like Sell Lemons and Grow a Garden so addictive is offline earnings, and it works incredibly well for retention. I made sure to add that early. Now, you keep earning money even when you're offline. This is huge because it gives players a reason to come back every single day, which boosts retention and ultimately gives the game a much better shot at going viral. Then this happened. Roblox suddenly wouldn't let me open the game file, and for a second, I genuinely thought I'd been banned. Turned out it was a problem on Roblox's end, not mine. The map was looking pretty bland and empty at this point, so I added a manager NPC and a cashier table from the toolbox, both of which unlocks when you buy the manager and fast delivery buttons. This alone made the game feel a lot more alive and complete. I also had Roblox's AI generate this gorgeous golden pet stand for the VIP upgrade. And honestly, the whole thing was finally starting to look legit. At this point, all 4 buttons were working fully and looking good. One of my favorite features in Sell Lemons is the customer NPCs that walk up to the stands and say little lines, so I knew I had to bring this into my game. I set up 3 parts, one for the start of the queue, one for the end, and one where they actually wait. Then wrote a handful of dialogue lines for them. The result, the NPC walks in, approaches the stand, turns to say their line, turns back around, and slowly fades out while walking away.
I think it came out really nice and adds a lot of life to the scene. The lighting was still feeling pretty flat and not bright or vibrant like a proper Tycoon game should be. So I grabbed a Tycoon lighting setup from the toolbox and it completely transformed the look of the map. After that, I added a brand new pet shop building that earns its own income. Hitting serve customer here takes 10 seconds and pays out 10 cash. I added the manager button for it too, along with the pet shop furniture button, which for some reason spawned completely underground. Once the bug was fixed though, everything worked out great and the pet shop was officially done. But if I stopped here, it wouldn't feel any different from the pet stand. So I decided to add a pet shop car to give it some personality. I asked Roblox's AI assistant to generate me a matching garage, and it actually nailed the vibe of the game. Not bad at all. I then wired it into the game so that buying it makes the pet shop earn 1.5 times faster than before. After that, I moved on to the third building, the pet salon, a two-story building that includes a spa and a few other features. This time, I actually decided to build it myself in Roblox Studio rather than relying on AI or the toolbox. After about 20 minutes of experimenting and building things out piece by piece, this is what I ended up with. You can walk inside and click to serve customers. It takes a lot longer to pay out than the other two buildings, but it also pays significantly more. Honestly, drop a rating from 1 to 10 in the comments on how this turned out, because I'm personally spamming a 10 in the comment section. The inside of the pet salon still felt pretty empty, so I added two aquariums, some chairs, and on the second floor, a few fish and a small pool like feature to round it out and make it feel more live-in like. The borders of the map were also looking pretty bare, so I added mountains, hills, and a ton of trees all around the edges to fill things out. Small touches like this make a huge difference. They make the map feel full and intentional instead of empty and unfinished. With most of the core system in place, the focus shifted fully to polish the game and make it look overall better. For the next building, I wanted something really eye-catching, so I had Roblox generate a pet galaxy building, and it turned out genuinely impressive. My plan was to add 3 mini galaxy bubbles inside the main structure, each acting as a separate upgrade to boost the building's income. After getting everything configured, here's how it turned out. It takes a lot longer to earn from, but it also pays out way more. So I think the trade-off really works well here visually and mechanically. Even the 3 little pods looked great, although I did forget to anchor the duck at first, which looked pretty funny, but once I fixed it, it was perfect. The middle of the map was still feeling pretty empty, so I added 2 roads running through the center just to give it some visual structure and stop it from feeling like dead space. I also changed the layout from 6 plots down to 4, since 6 was making the map feel cramped and overcrowded. On top of that, I reworked the sky to make it look much better and match overall color scheme of the map, and it came out really nice. Then I had ChatGPT generate a thumbnail inspired by Lemon's thumbnail style. And I'm not even exaggerating, it looks insane for something made entirely by AI off a single prompt. I also had it generate a Roblox game icon and it nailed that theme perfectly, incorporating all 4 buildings into the design. After that, I focused on more UI, starting with the settings menu that lets you mute and unmute the background music and sounds effectively, which I'll let you hear in a second. The main in-game button though was just a plain green block, so I quickly modeled a proper button using 2 cylindrical parts and it instantly looked way better in-game. I also added a cash display UI on top of the screen, complete with smooth little animations that plays every time you earn or spend money. And speaking of sound, you can hear the background music and sound effects for upgrades and earning cash. And honestly, I think it sounds genuinely good. And just like that, the game was complete. The map was finished, the coding was done, and all that was left was testing. I dropped the game in my Discord server for testers, but only one person even showed up to test it. So thank you to that one tester, seriously. Now I'm asking you guys to play test it too. The link is in the description. Make sure to join the Discord server, because if this video hits 100 likes, I'll be dropping the game file for free in the server. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.